It's the day of the operation, so it is 7:15 on Sunday the 27th of October. I have to keep my voice down a little bit because I'm now at my dad's. So after you saw me yesterday, I literally like packed my bags. I know I was going to show you like what I've got, but I'm actually going to do that this morning because I had like a big bag full of like stuff for my dad's and then my actual hospital bag sort of thing. Anyway, so I like packed my stuff. Kieran ran me a bath, so I had a bath. I'm actually going to have a shower this morning because that's been recommended before I go to hospital. So I'm going to get a shower and then I'm actually going to straighten my hair, which I never do. But because I'm not going to be able to shower for a couple of days, it's so much easier to like handle, basically, like when it's straight. So yeah, I'm going to straighten it this morning. So anyway, yeah, had a bath, sorted my stuff, and then Dad drove us back to his. We didn't get back until like 8 o'clock last night, and then just had like some tea and stuff. He did us like these like Aldi pizzas, which was like lovely and just what I needed, to be honest. I'm only allowed a small brekkie this morning, so I've got a bagel ready to go. So I'm gonna have that with some jam this morning. Like I say, it's 7:15 and I'm not allowed to eat past 7:30, so I'm gonna be eating pretty soon. And yeah, then I'm just allowed like small sips of water. I've got to be at the hospital for 12:30. And then obviously like, I guess the surgeon will come talk to me, the anaesthetist as well. I'm under no illusion that it's going to be like there and then. Like, I think there will be like a little bit of a wait, but my stepmom's driving me there, and then my mum's going to meet me at the entrance, and then we're going to find like the proper like ward together because I just wouldn't be able to find it, and we'll probably neither would she, so it just makes sense to meet each other there. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie, but also it doesn't feel like it's happening. Like, it's like a really weird, like I think it's doing me good talking about it, so I know that I'm actually going for it, if that makes sense. But yeah, obviously nutrition is really important to me, and it's what I literally teach all about to my clients. I think that obviously my appetite is going to be quite low for the first couple of days. Like, I don't know that, but I know from having surgery before in the past for like my knee and stuff that the anaesthetic can make you feel really sick. So I got to my dad's, let me just show you. So I got him to get some like potatoes in so I could have jackets and stuff, some obviously like fresh salad. I've made a couple of these up this morning, so these are my very favourite overnight Biscoff Weet-Bix, so I've got a couple of those like ready to go. He's also gotten some like fresh chicken for me, so I can, or they can throw like wraps together like really easy for me. I've got some like cheese strains because they're pretty good for like a snack and protein, to be honest. And then he's picked me up lists like tuna pasta bake as well, and then there are a couple of bits in the freezer. And then I've actually brought along with me some like easy porridge pots to kind of have in the morning. So I've got a couple of the oat ones, and that's just because I just know that Dad's not going to be able to make my porridge the way that I like it. So I thought, you know what, if I pick up these, it's literally a case of just adding hot water. So I picked up a protein one as well, so that's a cinnamon flavour. I've got my Fit Pro whey protein that I can, like, your Dad can just add to that for me. I've also got some raspberries in the fridge that I can add to the top, and then I've got my Biscoff. I've brought some more protein powder and my creatine, and then I've got my vitamins here as well. So I take a vitamin D gummy and a multivitamin gummy every morning, along with my magnesium. That's everything food-wise, really. I've packed in my bag a couple of snacks for when I come out of surgery, in case I'm going to want something. So I've just packed in like a protein bar, squares bar, packet of like oven baked crisps. They're like my favourite. What else have I got there? I'll just obviously like have some water, some juice, and that the care package that I was talking to you about. I'm actually going to show you what it looks like. If you weren't here for my last YouTube, I filmed what I was like doing in the day on Friday, which was now 2 days ago. And I kind of like talked you through the care package, but I ordered one to Dad's, and then I didn't think it was to home, and then I didn't think it was going to get there in time. So then I ordered another one to Dad. So now luckily actually I have one here, and then I have one at home for when I go back in a few days post surgery. So I'm just going to show you my care package that came for me. So I can literally hear Dad stirring upstairs, so I am going to go in a minute, have my bagel, and actually I'm going to do some work this morning. I've like planned it in, like one, it's great for a distraction, but also I think my work is going to be affected for like a couple of days, so I just want to get on top of things. Basically I'm going to like write some content, there's something that like I want to film, and then I've given my clients like the opportunity to like talk to me this morning if they need it. I'll be checking in with like the trial lady, so I've got quite a lot to do, so it'll keep me distracted, but also it needs to be done basically. So the care package, it actually came with some like little leaflets that are really helpful. Like I say, I spoke about this on my YouTube the other day, but it's from this company called ENDOMETRIOSIS. So there's like a little card here about like free confidential mental health support, like 24/7 support, which is amazing because you can feel like really anxious and low and isolated when you've got endo. I've got that's like another little thing. This says good luck for the surgery. Please remember you've totally got this. Send in love and gentle hugs, which is absolutely lovely. This is fantastic. So it's a little card of like what to ask after surgery, and you can ask your consultant or nurse to complete this for you. So it's like, what was the diagnosis, like what was found and where, will my stitches need removing, how do I clean my wounds, like. So I'm gonna take this box with me. So it's come in like a little flat box. That is to help with some breathing techniques if you struggle with anxiety, which I don't normally, but to be honest this week has been very hard. Okay, so then I've got some little tissues, scrunchie, which I love because it's like Cad Kidson like. I've got a pen, I've got a little mini like nail file, a little aloe vera lip balm thing. Got a couple of lozenges. I've actually bought some myself anyway, but apparently like your throat can get sore after the operation because of the tubes and things. So I've got a couple of lozenges. They give me a couple of tea bags of peppermint tea because apparently peppermint tea like really helps with like the bloating, because they're pumping me with gas that helps with the bloating, and like apparently you can get quite bad like shoulder pain and chest pain from the gas again, and apparently that helps with that. Got like a little fidget keyring, I guess that would be like a great distraction. Some earplugs for if it's noisy in the hospital. Got this body lotion, which is like a bamboo forest body lotion apparently. And then I got a little eye mask, which I doubt I'll be using, you know, some of this stuff at the hospital, but I'm going to take it with me anyway, and then it'll be great to come back to. And then obviously because of what my surgery is, then I've got like I've got a pad there, little mint, and then this support and information leaflet, which is so helpful, I can't even tell you. So I've read this already, but I'm going to take that with me and give it another read and make sure that I ask all the questions that I want to. So yes, it's really cute. So it came in like this little flat box. So yeah, I'm going to take that with me. So guys, it's 7:25, so I'm going to get my bagel now and do a bit of work, and then I'm going to take you upstairs with me and show you what I've packed ready for my operation. Guys, it's so homely in here. This is where I'm going to be for the next few days. Ooh, I feel so nervous. Oh, I just feel sick. Anyway, I'm actually in Dad's spare room now. I'm just about to blow dry my hair and then straighten it. I never straighten my hair, but I just think that actually it's just going to be so much easier to maintain. Like if I can't have a shower for a couple of days, which I think is going to be the case, having it straight is just going to be easier to put back and manage and things like that. So I'm going to straighten my hair, pack up my bag properly so I can show you guys like what I'm taking to hospital with me. And then I'm going to be FaceTiming Kieran and my dog and just getting the bits ready to go, really. So it's 10 o'clock now, so it's literally, I've got less than 2 hours before I need to be at, well, before I need to leave to go to the hospital. So I just thought I would really quickly just show you, for anybody who is watching this and they want to prepare themselves for the same laparoscopy surgery that I'm having, whether like this might help you. So I've got like a big pair of like thick socks, even though I'm pretty sure that you have to wear those like socks that they give you to stop like blood clots and stuff. Not that you need to see these properly, but I've got a pair of like really big like period pants basically. So I've put in those couple of leaflets that I got from Endo Buddies, particularly the one about the support and information and what to ask after surgery. So I am going to give this to, oh, I don't need that one. I'm going to give this to a consultant or nurse to complete some of those questions, because that might help me. Or I'm going to ask my mum to ask them, because I might be out of it a little bit and she's the one who's going to be with me at the hospital. So I'm taking those with me. This is actually what I use for my makeup bag, but I emptied it, and inside I've put all of those bits and pieces that I talked you through earlier, including some more pads, some tissues, and my toothbrush and toothpaste as well, in case I need to stay over. So I've got that. I bought myself some Strepsils, because even though I got a couple of like those lozenges, your throat can hurt like post-surgery, so I've got some of those. Charger, which is obviously a necessity. I have also packed my book that I'm reading at the moment, which is Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. And then I've got some deodorant, and I've packed, it's like basically like, it's really good for mindfulness and stress, so it's like an adult colouring book. And then I've got some colouring pencils as well. I don't think I'm going to need this stuff. Like, I do think that I'm going to be out of it and I'm going to be pretty happy, like, just watching a bit of something, and I'll probably be dozing in and out. But I want to be prepared, so I'm packing that stuff just in case. And then all I need to show you now are the clothes that I am taking with me. So I showed you these the other day, actually. So that small top that I got from Primark, along with the really big bottoms. This is the top that I'm going to be wearing there. And then this is like the nightie. So that's really nice and thick. It'll keep me nice and warm, but it won't be on my belly, which I think is really important. The only thing is, is my sister FaceTimed me this morning to, wish me luck and stuff. And she said, like, have you got anything that like buttons up? Because it might be too painful to like raise your arms to get this nightie on. And I just hadn't even thought about that. However, I do have, obviously, my slippers that I showed you guys. I do have my dressing gown. So with that, obviously, it's literally like arms out, wrap it around me. So I might need to just like wear that today. And then I'm thinking the nightie, if I can like put it on like that way maybe. And then like I suppose I have to just keep it on for like a couple of days. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. And then I've got some deodorant as well. So yeah, I think that's everything that I'm taking with me. I'm also going to take my laptop because Mum wants to be able to watch a couple of films. I'm actually going to get a couple of bits and bobs downloaded onto my phone, I think, just in case I want to watch like a little bit of something. Apparently, in hospitals, like the signal can be like quite bad. So I might get a couple of things downloaded for Mum, and then a couple of things downloaded for myself on my phone. So yeah, now I'm gonna go. I've done my bag. As you can see, like I've straightened my hair, I've had a shower, that's all done. So now I'm gonna go downstairs, chill with my stepmom before I need to think about going. So to go, I've obviously got this nice big jumper on. I've got some, as you can see, like really big and baggy, bottoms for my belly, and then obviously like the pajama top that I've been wearing. It's been so much pain, so much, genuinely it's so much worse than what I thought it was going to be. But it's
like almost 5 o'clock now, and I've been waiting here at the hospital all day. I was only meant to be a day case, but I was very sick and in a lot of pain, so they wanted to keep me in for a night. So anyway, yeah, I'm just waiting for my stepmom to come back, and then I'll be going.
So I am back at my dad's. It's day 2, so I had my operation yesterday. I'm going to be talking you through like my diagnosis and like my experience at the hospital and everything. But for now, I'm home. I'm at my dad's and I'm staying here for a few days now, so it's really nice and cozy in here. I'm really sore. I can't sit at the minute because of my belly, so I've got my feet, mini slippers propped up, so I've kind of got like a puff out, and then I'm laying on the sofa. I am really sore. You know, that was kind of to be expected. I think I'm in more pain than what I thought I was going to be in. Haven't eaten like in 2 days. Like, they didn't even check really that I'd eaten at the hospital before let me go, which is a bit not so great. And they didn't give me dressings either. But I'd already bought some of those, like I showed you guys, and yeah, my dad's just made me like a quick ham sandwich, which I've had half of, and a little bit, you know, a few crisps, so at least it's better than nothing. But I ended up being like sick at the hospital yesterday, so I just wanna, my appetite's been low and stuff, you know, so I'm just, yeah, taking it day by day.
Really bad shoulder pain, but my like abdominals, I feel like someone is like sitting on my chest, like on my shoulders, but my belly. I actually can't put into words how painful it is. Like, I don't want this to like scare anyone that might be having a laparoscopy either, but just to kind of like prepare people. And I want to be open and honest, like I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Like at the minute, I think what's most painful is like you don't realise how much you actually use your core. Like even things like trying to go for a wee, getting up, like you literally use your core to get up. So at the minute I'm having to like go on my side, like lift myself up, like that kind of thing. I only had my surgery yesterday, do you know what I mean? So it's just taken me like forever. It's like a marathon trying to get upstairs. So since you saw me earlier, just watched a bit of telly with Dad. It's about 9:30, 9:45. I'm really hurting. But I'm just hoping that like after a better night's sleep, 'cause last night I was in the hospital, I'm just hoping that I'll get like a better night's sleep. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling like a little bit better. It's the bloating. It's not like period bloat. It's really strange. It's like I'm filled with like fluid. Like there's no bounce. It's just like tight. I'm gonna try and get some sleep now.
I was literally in too much pain and not enough energy and not looking great, to be honest, to be able to talk you through all that stuff. So I thought I'll do that now. I actually went to my dad's for the operation. So the hospital, like I've already mentioned, was in Telford, and my dad lives in Shrewsbury. And on the phone, they did tell me that I'd need to be close by for at least 24 to 48 hours because of the anaesthetic in case there are any problems. So we basically organised that I would go to Dad's on Saturday, the op was on Sunday, I'd stay there for a few days and then I'd come home. So we were seen like really, really quickly. There wasn't a wait at all. The nurse sat me down and asked me a few like routine questions, but to be honest, she'd asked a little bit about my history and she literally said, "No wonder you're confused." That is literally what she said to me. So I got dressed, had to obviously like strip and put my gown on, those like stockings on your feet to kind of like stop like blood clots and all that kind of thing. And then the surgeon turned up. Not the gynecologist that I'd met before, a different surgeon. And I was a bit thrown, and I was like, I was literally told like I was having my surgeon to do the op, and honestly that would have been enough to throw some people off and be like, not doing it. But he was lovely and he really made me feel at ease. He's like an expert. Because my operation was on a Sunday, literally he spends his weekends going from like Birmingham to London to Telford. You know, he said he's done thousands of these operations before. He'd had a few people in before me, and you know, there were no complications or anything like that. Actually, none of the ladies before me had been diagnosed with endo, but I did say to him, like, because he asked me, what are you here for today? Just so obviously he knows that I know. And he was like, yeah, hopefully we don't find it. And I was like, yeah, but also because I said to Mum, I was just like, if it's not there, what is wrong with me? Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's not there, then why am I literally in so much pain every month? I was really, really nervous going in, like, for the anaesthetic and everything. They laid me down and, like, put in my, what's it called, like a cannula? And started, like, putting the oxygen mask on and stuff. And I did say, like, I'm nervous, I don't like this bit. So they were just kind of like talking to me. And it is, if you haven't been put to sleep, it is the weirdest feeling, because, like, even if you try and stay awake, like, you've got no chance. I've had a few operations before I've had my tonsils out and then 3 knee operations. And obviously because I was younger, they got me to count down from 10. And you don't even reach 6. Honestly, you're just gone. But it's really weird because you don't think or dream or anything. You're just, like, out of it. And then it feels like the next second you're waking up. I woke up. I was in a lot of pain when I woke up. I woke up in the recovery room, and the pain in my shoulders and my chest and my belly, it was like, okay, like, I'm awake again now. So I stayed in recovery for a little bit, and then they wheeled me back down to the ward where I'd spoken with the surgeon to begin with. Was in there for a little bit, and then the surgeon, and why the surgeon comes and speaks to you when you're out of it, I've got no idea. But the surgeon came over and he was like, hi Jodie, you know, went really well. I'm going to see you in 5 to 6 weeks time to go through your scans and everything, because there's no point to be going through everything with you now because you will not remember it. Like, that's what he said to me. He's like, you won't remember it, you know, drugged up and all the rest of it. So I'll go through it with you. And he said something about my bowels that I can't quite remember, which would make sense given the horrendous symptoms I have in that area. But he was just like, we found it. We found it on both ovaries. And, I'm going to get upset. Thing is, right, is that, like, the emotional stuff hasn't sunk in yet. So it feels really weird talking about it. Like, I've just been concentrating on recovering and getting better. However, I can't even explain that feeling. Like, equal measures of relief and complete heartbreak. My first thought was like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. Like, I've got a disease in me. It's not in my head. Pain is real. The symptoms are real. So that was kind of my first thought, like, relief that there's a reason. But at the same time, and I'm sure other people that have been diagnosed with endometriosis understand this, is that it's a disease that grows back. So even though he's gone in me, and that was obviously one of the big reasons for the pain, was that he'd burnt, like, my insides away, like the endometriosis cells, or some of them, it grows back. And that's the heartbreaking thing. It's not like, right, I've had this operation, once I'm recovered, I'm going to be, like, back to my normal self. Like, hopefully it will have alleviated the symptoms for quite some time. But yeah, I've spoken to people who've had to have the op again in 10 months or a year, or so there was obviously, like, that element of it being quite heartbreaking. He left, and then they allowed Mum back in. I think it's really funny, like, keyhole surgery, because you think, oh, it's just keyhole, like, they just make a couple of incisions, but they do so much inside of you. Like, they can't meddle with certain bits, because basically they couldn't get rid of all my endometriosis because they might interfere with something else because it's literally stuck to organs. So they just did what they could, but you've got like things being meddled with, like tissue being burnt away, like of course you're gonna hurt. So why they downplay it, I have got no idea. So I woke up in a lot of pain. They gave me some morphine. And I don't know if it was the anesthetic or the morphine, but all of a sudden, like they got me out of the chair, out of the bed rather, which was not pleasant. And as you can see here, I felt really sick. Like I said to mum, and mum was like, "You've gone really grey." But I said to mum, like, "I'm going to be sick." There was nothing in me because I hadn't eaten. So I was just retching up like nothing. So they got me back in bed. And they weren't best happy, to be honest, with my blood pressure. Like my blood pressure was really low. But the nurses, oh, they were absolutely lovely. And then this doctor came over, not my surgeon, but the doctor was like, "Right, okay, let's get you up." And the nurses had like a massive go at him because they were just like, "You've not been here, we've done that, like you don't understand where her pain's at," all that kind of thing. But it got to kind of like 7 o'clock and they were like, "You can't actually stay in this ward, but we're not happy with how you are, so we think you're going to have to stay over." So they took me from ward 5, I think it was, to ward 14. And around 8 o'clock, mum had to go because visiting hours were, over. But I was so tired and sore that I just, I think I put on like some like Sex in the City, and then just dozed, really, just went to sleep. But what was painful, for anybody who is gonna have a laparoscopy is, just to make you aware, like when you go for a wee, for the first one especially, but for the first few days in particular, it's sore. Not like in that area, but when you like push to try and have a wee, and especially because you've got these drugs in you that make it hard to pee sometimes, it really, really hurts, just that push, because like you're literally using your belly to do that, and that's what's been obviously like messed around with. So that hurts. Anyway, so I stayed in hospital. There were 3 other like older ladies in the same like wing, ward, whatever you call it. The next day I just wanted to go home. But they need to make sure that you've had food and you've been to the toilet because it's like a gynae thing. But to be honest, they brought me food. They didn't really check whether I'd had any of it. I just couldn't eat. But when I got back to Dad's, like he did make me a sandwich and I managed a bit of that. So anyway, they wheeled me down to kind of like the discharge room. That was horrendous. Like the woman wheeling me down was rough as hell, literally rough as hell, going over these bumps, bearing in mind I'd just had surgery. And then when I got into this room, I was there for 2 to 3 hours. There was no bed, it was just seats. And honestly, like sitting, not good when I just had that done. So I was kind of slouching in this chair. I was so upset. Every time I went to the loo, I was just crying. Like the ladies in there with me were, again, really, really lovely. But they needed to get me like the right drugs to go home with, including some injections that I had to do 1 a day for a week, to stop blood clots. Again, it's like a preventative thing. So I hope you enjoy watching my recovery now over the next few days, and I will catch up with you again at the end of this video.
The blow is unreal. So I'm really sore all up here, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 incisions, but I can't explain like the pain here, all up here, and then in my chest and shoulders as well.
Up here, like sometimes there can be bloated on my period, but here and all up here is literally like, it's a different bloat to period bloat. Like I can't, it's not squidgy, like it feels like full, if that makes sense. And these would normally be massive on me. They are still like a little bit loose, but they would normally be absolutely massive, but obviously they're not because of how bloated I am. I'm feeling a bit more human today. So it is Wednesday, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days. 3 days post-op technically. Gonna get those changed today, like they're oozing out as you can see a little bit. So my stepmom is actually a nurse, so she's gonna help me change them and everything. I'm still incredibly sore. I just can't get comfortable because I can't sit up. Oh, it's better. I'm finding it really hard filming this because obviously like I want to be kind of like an advocate for people with endometriosis and people that are having like a laparoscopy, but also obviously just want to like talk to my clientele and help people that are like on a fitness journey. So it's a bit of a weird one. So I'm hoping that everybody who watches this back finds it really helpful, or at least learns something new. And yeah, even if it helps just like one person getting a laparoscopy, I feel like it's my like responsibility in a way to kind of talk you through what this operation is actually like, because now that I've had it done, I feel like the doctors didn't give me the information that I needed, and they definitely like played it down, which is like fine, because obviously they want you to be like feel reassured going in, you know, when you go into the operation. But at the same time, it doesn't help you feel prepared for aftercare or the pain or anything like that. So I just want to be like really open and honest with like how I'm feeling. Got back to my clients today, which is so lovely to be able to like check in with them and everything and see how they've been getting on the past couple of days, since me having the op and everything. So I've done that. I do want to work a bit today. Like I do want to like try and do some content, but it's just so difficult because like even when I struggle being on my period, like sometimes I can at least like sit up, whereas because obviously like it's hard to explain, but not just the incisions, like inside of me I have literally had like my insides like messed around with and burnt away. So there's like tissue that's literally had like damage done to it and stuff, like the endometriosis has been burnt away. So when people have been trying to kind of like compare it to like have an appendix out and stuff like that, like nah, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So obviously like I've got the incisions, I've had all that going on inside of me, and the gas, because obviously they have to like pump you up full of gas to be able to see what they want to. The gas part, like you can't move much, but you need to move for the gas to leave your body, but at the same time you can't move much because you're in pain. So it's like really difficult because it's like it takes a while to like disperse. The gas, I just didn't think it was going to affect like shoulders and my chest and like my torso. It's just so there's like a few things that are like causing pain, but anyway, I think I'm going to try and like set up my laptop like by the side of me like I did this morning when I was like messaging clients, so that I can, you know, do some content. I might try and find like a nice film to watch or something. But you know, I've really appreciated like people checking in with me. Like that's meant more than I can say. And the ladies that have got in touch with me that have actually been through the operation, I've appreciated them so much. Like I can't even express my gratitude for those ladies, because it's just made me feel like everything that I'm feeling, like the pain and everything, is like it's not in my head, it's normal, it's expected, and it is painful. Like someone just like reassuring you that like, yeah, it is painful. It's just kind of like, it's actually nice to hear, like not in a horrible way. It's just, obviously you don't want people to like scare you, but I had someone reach out to me before the op just warning me about like the shoulder pain, and no one had like mentioned it to me, and she said no one had mentioned it to her, and so she ended up going back to the hospital thinking something was like really wrong because the shoulder pain was that bad. And like, she never had someone telling her, so she, I suppose, like felt that responsibility to tell me, and I feel that same sort of responsibility because if she hadn't have opened up to me, I wouldn't have known that to be able to be more equipped by having like my hot water bottle ready and just knowing in my mind that like that was probably going to come. So yeah, I do feel that's kind of like my responsibility a little bit. So anyway, yeah, it's Wednesday, still at my dad's. I'm missing Kieran and Tilly so much. But I'm going home tomorrow morning, which I'm really excited for. Not excited for the car journey at all. So yeah, today I'm going to be resting. I'm going to try and get back into work like a little bit. Just build it back up really. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I took that step and that I run my own business, because I have that flexibility to be able to work what I can from home. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And I have been reflecting the past few days and just how proud I am of all the ladies and gents that I'm helping, and just what an amazing community we have. Like, the messages that I've received from them has just been so lovely. And like, yeah, we're just building this amazing community, amazing platform, and I'm just going to keep going until it is the best program that I can possibly make it. Try and eat something, because nutrition has not been good the past few days at all. Under-eaten, but not on purpose. So I need to get my nutrition back up and my appetite up a bit if I can. Try and get in some drink calories, some liquid calories like I recommend to my clients. And then I'm going to be spending some of the afternoon with my stepmom because Dad doesn't finish till late. And then, yeah, tomorrow morning it's going to be a case of him helping me pack everything, get me in the car. I'm going to do what I did in the car from the hospital and have a couple of cushions like on top of my belly, seatbelt over that, and put the seat back. It's like a good hour 45 minutes, so it's going to be uncomfortable, but I just want to get home. So yeah, that's tomorrow morning, and I need him to help me have a shower, which is going to be great. I can't bend still, so even if he's just like on standby to be able to hold, like hand out like the shampoo and conditioner, like I would wait until tomorrow. But at home we have like a bath shower, and stepping into a bath, it's just not as ideal as obviously being able to just like step into a shower. I've been having to take an injection every day for a week, so I've done 2 of those now. But obviously because I'm leaving and going back home, like I need to be able to do it myself, and my stepmom's been doing it, so I need to make sure that I do it tonight, like that she's with me, but like I do it, so I know what I'm doing. But actually, it's a massive compliment the other day. Not that she meant to, but she was trying to like grab like skin on my arm to be able to give me the injection, because it's like in rather than down, if that makes sense. And she was like, your arms are so toned, like I can't grab any skin. And I was just like, that is such a compliment. So I took it. I took that compliment. But anyway, yeah, so that's the plan for the rest of the day. I really appreciate anybody who's watched this video or even like listened to it. I really hope that it's been helpful for those of you who have, you know, that you're going through the same stuff as me. Like maybe you're being passed from doctor to doctor, maybe you're not being listened to, or maybe you just wanted an idea of like what the actual laparoscopy is like. I didn't want to kind of tiptoe like around the pain, because I think it's really important to be honest and truthful. And so I really hope that this video has like given you that. I also just want to say, if you've got any questions at all, please just send me a message. My Instagram handle is at Jodie B Fitness, exactly the same as my YouTube. So comment below, or please just send me a message. I can't even tell you how helpful and beneficial it was having ladies speak to me that had literally been through it. It really shed a lot of light on what to expect. And you know, just be kind to yourself. And if you are being passed around from doctor to doctor, speak up. I wish that I would have just sat in one room and said like, no, listen to me. I know my body and I know this isn't normal. And I did. I have this diagnosis now of ovarian endometriosis, and that's because I finally made a doctor listen to me. So just keep speaking up for yourselves. I'm going to give another update when I receive my post-op appointment as well, when they're going to go through the scans and everything. But at least for now, I have some answers. So I really, really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I would really, really appreciate it. I know it's a bit different this week, but I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like and a subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.